Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Hagen-Botham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, Andrew Bartolotta.
Welcome back to the cityCURRENT Show, where we bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good in our community and around the globe. I'm your host, Andrew Bartolotta, and today we have the privilege of hosting Wayne Lutomski, a distinguished leader in the food and beverage industry, whose career spans over 4 decades and includes launching major brands we all know and love in more than 60 countries. Wayne is the CEO and founder of WNDY, which is an acronym, WNDY, which stands for We're Not Dead Yet, a company dedicated to enhancing the well-being of the 55 and up community through innovative products like HydroShot, which we'll learn more about today as well. Wayne, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you, Andrew, for having me. It's an honor to talk with you. So thank you. And to your listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you, Wayne, because you have an incredible career and we're going to learn more about you and your mission. Talk about, your career has taken you all around the globe, launching brands in over 60 countries. First, let's talk about what drives your passion for bringing brands to life, both domestically and internationally.
Well, thank you, Andrew. The Lord has been very good to me. I've had an opportunity to work for some great brands, as you mentioned, starting with the Gallo Winery to Snapple to Gatorade to Pepsi to Sobe Beverages to Welch's and to Mike and Ike Candies. Launched those brands, and as you said, physically in 67 different countries and many more through email and what have you. And the passion comes from the belief in many cases that these products really mattered. All right. Gatorade certainly made a big difference in sports. I was an athlete in high school and college. It made a difference, right, for those people like it. Snapple was really the first ready-to-drink tea that gained widespread acceptance. Maybe not a helpful beverage, but certainly a tasty beverage that allowed people to enjoy their time. So all of these products that I've had the opportunity to work with had a reason to be in each of the markets. And it was a joy to help bring those to life in those markets. The other thing that's very interesting is every market is very different. When I would fly from Japan to Korea, for example, I'd have to change my hat and get my thinking differently, because even though the basics of business are still the same, how you apply them in country to country were vastly different. That was a lot of fun trying to figure that out.
I can imagine that's really challenging when it comes to just like exporting, and then even just the belief system and how you approach the different leadership within those countries, and how maybe certain handshakes or gestures may be looked upon differently. So you've got not only the product, but you have just the experience around it as well that you have to adapt to those different countries, which is very interesting, especially when you talk about over 60 countries and how many of us can't even imagine or name 60 countries. I certainly can't. So what do you think is, we're going to talk about your newer product, but talk about what you see as the key to successfully launching a brand in any market.
Okay. It all starts with the consumer. As I said, the basics still apply. You got to get distribution in the marketplace. You got to price the product correctly. You got to have the right packaging. All of those apply, whether it be here in the United States or Korea or Germany or London or Caracas, Venezuela. It doesn't matter. It's all the same in that respect. What's very different, however, is the consumer. So in order to really be successful in any given market, you have to understand what I consider the core consumer proposition. And that is, what does that consumer believe about themselves? And then how do you reflect that in your marketing messaging back? So you really have to have strong consumer insights. The second thing that would be very helpful is strong competitive awareness. What is the game the competitors are playing? And how do you play a game that you can win? Okay. And I'll give some references to that in a moment. And then the third thing is understanding the capabilities of the marketplace to bring the product to bear. Do they have a strong distribution system? Do you go with a direct store delivery, or do you go through a regular distributor? How do you bring that product to market is the third thing. But you have to understand the consumer first to get the most out of the third thing, which is that getting it to the market.
Well, I love that that's applicable and as any entrepreneur or small business owner, because you have to understand the target audience, your target market.
Absolutely.
And that's what you're doing in your new venture, WNDY, which targets the 55 and up community with products like HydroShot. What inspired you to focus on this demographic?
Well, it's a real personal story. I'm 64 today, but when I started this journey, I was 61. And I had just left a startup that unfortunately wasn't going to make it. And I figured, all right, let's go back to corporate America and do what I do, which, I built a successful career launching these brands and building market leadership positions around the world. But I wasn't getting any traction. Ageism exists. I mean, it's the last acceptable discrimination, I think, in many cases. So I took an inventory of what do I do? And what I do best is launch brands around the world, including here in the United States. So, okay, if I launch a brand, where do I start? What do I want to do with that beverage? And I looked at the 55 plus. I was 61. I said, there's nothing talking to me. All the brands that exist in the marketplace age younger. If there is a brand that you can bring that addresses specific issues the 55 plus market has in a way that is relevant and authentic to that 55-year-old plus consumer, there's an opportunity there. And there is. So that's what led me down the path. I couldn't find that job. So I said, all right, the inventory, what do I do? Then take an assessment of where's the game I can go play to win. And it was in the 55 plus market.
I'm so glad that a product like HydroShot is on the market, because when I'm thinking back at all of the electrolyte or energy drinks, some of them are skewed even younger to me, where they have like influencers and they have product packaging that is not even attracted to a 30-something-year-old. So I can imagine for those in the 55 and up, you're going, what's in it for me? This isn't for me. This is for the young whippersnappers over there doing TikTok videos about it. And
Right.
so yeah, when you think about that, the marketplace, you're right. There's nothing. And so to create something like HydroShot is super cool and innovative. It's a unique product in the wellness beverage space as well. Explain how it supports the body's natural processes, such as increasing blood flow.
Sure. So Kurt Ruttman and the H2 Beverage team are the creators of HydroShot. WNDY at this time owns the marketing rights to help promote it, to help build it out to scale for that 55 plus consumer. It has many ingredients, B vitamins, about a cup of coffee worth of caffeine. But the two primary ingredients are hydrogen water, which has well over 1,000 different studies on the health benefits of hydrogen water. But it also has another ingredient it's an amino acid called L-citrulline. And when L-citrulline enters the body, it combines with other amino acids that are already in your body. And L-citrulline is in your body already as well. But when you supplement it, it creates nitric oxide. Nitric oxide was discovered in 1992, won the Nobel Prize for medicine. That's how important its discovery to the human body was. What nitric oxide does is known as a signaler. And what that does is it helps promote the circulatory system. Your blood veins and your arteries, as you age, tend to harden and tend to narrow. The nitric oxide helps them relax and expand. And as a result, get more blood flow through the body, particularly through the brain. And that helps eliminate brain fog. You know, the brain fog, I just wish we could wake myself up. So it helps eliminate the brain fog. But when you have increased blood flow through the body, you're getting more oxygen, you're getting more nutrients to the body, and that just helps provide overall a sustained natural energy throughout the day. And that's where the benefits of the two primary benefits, if you will, of the nitric oxide, the clearing of the brain fog and the sustained natural energy.
That is amazing. What a great use of God's given ingredients to then create a drink that is just like amazing. So talk about, okay, so say I want to purchase Hydro Shot. What does it come in different flavors? Is it truly like a size of a shot? Is it size of a regular glass of drink? Like, tell me more about it.
Yeah, so it's in an 8-ounce can.
Okay.
3 flavors: lemon lime, strawberry, and orange. Lemon lime is by far the biggest seller. Orange and strawberry about the same, about 20% each. The 8-ounce can is recommended that you drink it on an empty stomach and not over ice. That's very important because if you pour it over ice, the hydrogen dissipates and you lose some of the benefit. So just drink it right out of the can. We suggest, we call it the morning shot of wellness. Take it first thing when you get up in the morning, because the benefits have we have research that demonstrates the benefits, particularly on the blood flow and improvement, last 10 to 12 hours. So you start in the morning, you're still going to have it later that day. So it's a really great product in that respect.
That is so cool. I'm sure it's very fulfilling to people to then work with a product like this, knowing that you're helping so many people, similar to some of the products that you've launched globally, but now knowing that this truly does have some great research backing up to the benefits of it.
Exactly, Andrew. I like I said, the Lord has blessed me in this career to give me great products to go around the world and launching it. I think this is another one of those great products. We need to build the brand around it to make it a great brand. We're not there yet, but that's what our effort will take us to do. But yes, it's an honor to be able to work with this product.
That's amazing. Now you have a profound personal commitment to helping people live life well, and you're doing that through the work you're doing. How does this mission influence your work with WNDY and Hydro Shot?
Yeah, like I said, I was an athlete in high school, and not a very good one. I was kind of small on the small side, but I played. But I've maintained a commitment to fitness throughout my life. I still exercise regularly every day, except Sundays, just to give my body a break. But I'm committed to that lifestyle of wellness. But I also believe that our faith, our belief in God, calls us to take care of ourselves and to take care and help others. And these products that I've worked with over the years, some more for refreshment, some more for the physical benefits, and Hydro Shot for the physical benefits, allow me to help fulfill that mission, right? Of helping others live life well.
Great answer. And you have mentioned your faith playing a significant role in your life. How has it guided your career and business decisions?
The Lord has kind of led me along the way, and I'm happy with where He's taken me. The key has been to make sure that you get the right balance, if you will, to put the Lord first, family second, and then your career third. And that has required some trade-offs. There were opportunities for me to move at certain points in time, but it was important for me, for my family, to have continuity through high school and so forth. So I was able to make those decisions and say, that's not the right thing for me right now, because it was clear where the focus needed to be at that point in time. So that has been the primary way. It's just to allow the Lord to guide me.
I love the answer. Reflecting on your career, what legacy do you hope to leave in both the business world and your personal life?
So if I were to leave any legacy, it would be the opportunity to bring these brands to life, uh, if you will. I mean, my family first, obviously, and I've been blessed. My kids are 30, 37, 35, and 33, and they're off and they're doing just fine. And I feel very good about that. All faithful and living good careers at this point. But from a work basis, it's bringing these brands to life to help consumers enjoy life, get enrich life, whether it be from refreshment or through the physical attributes of specific products that I bring to life. The other thing that I would like to leave a legacy is in terms of some of the thinking that has come by. There are two key components of my career that I think have been critical to driving success. One is a key focus on aligning between us and our partners, us and our employees on the vision and values, and a real emphasis on those two elements. Because if you're not aligned on where you think the business could go and how we need to work together to get there, you're going to fail. And the reason you're going to fail is because you're going to spend more time managing the relationship than managing the business. So it's very, very important that you are aligned on the vision. Where is this going to go? And the values. How are we going to work together to make that happen? The other thing that I always love to stress, and that people kind of take a look back and go, wow, but it's been integral to the success of my career, is what I call the Kobayashi Maru. I don't know if you're familiar with Star Trek at all. No?
Not much other than I can do the hand.
No, the Spock thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, in the second of the original series, and then the first of the new series, the Christopher Pine, a game called the Kobayashi Maru has a specific purpose. Every Starfleet candidate has to take the test, and it's designed for them to lose. In fact, no one has ever beaten the Kobayashi Maru except our hero, Captain Kirk. When asked how, he said, well, I went in and reprogrammed the computer. And everyone said, well, you cheated. He says, no, I still had a chance to lose. But in this case, I gave myself a chance to win. And I think that was critically important when I was launching these brands around the world. Because if I just did what the market said, this is how you do it, I was probably going to beat my head against the wall for a long time, because our brands all had something unique and different. We didn't want to bring them the way that they were done traditionally. We had to understand the rules of the game, what our competitors are playing, what the general market is, but then determine what's the game we can win and play that game. And I'll give you a quick example. When I was launching Sobe Adrenaline Rush, which was an energy drink in Russia, we were going against Red Bull. Red Bull was in the market by far the number leader. This is in the early days of energy drinks. Their model was very clear. Win the discos, go to the clubs, Red Bull and vodka, boom, So the distributor, the partner decided, well, we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to give them, if they're paying 10, I'm going to give them 12. So we gave them $12,000 for distribution in that club. We'd go back the next week to see how it was going. Well, Red Bull paid 15. We were out. We were never going to win that battle because that was core to Red Bull's principles. Red Bull, even way back then, had that cartoon commercial, gives you wings, the same concept they have today. So what we decided is we're not going to win the battle in the clubs. Where can we win? Well, that was retail distribution. So we went and flooded the stores with product. You could not miss our product in the stores, whether it be a big grocery store or your mom and pop or your kiosk, whatever the case may be. For the advertising, we went, instead of the cartoon, which gave you wings, which was kind of subtle, we went hardcore energy. I don't know if you're familiar with a sport called parkour or free running. It's where you kind of run through the jungle of the city landscape, right? It's pretty cool. Yeah. So we filmed somebody doing that in the streets of Moscow, which gave us real credibility right away. We had a heavy metal rock band called Rammstein, a German rock band called Rammstein, playing their song, and the ad just shouted energy. And we went from number 3 to number 1 within 3 weeks of that joint effort of getting that distribution and that ad, because we didn't play Red Bull's game. We played our own. Another example, when we were launching Gatorade in Korea, Gatorade at that time was all about Michael Jordan. In Japan, that worked because everything in Japan is about celebrities at that time. Every single brand that was being promoted was by a television actor or somebody else. Michael Jordan fit that bill. When we launched it in Korea, people didn't really know Michael Jordan. And if they did, he's that god of a basketball player. It didn't resonate. The song Be Like Mike didn't resonate. So what did we do? We went and tried to find someone that was in a hot and sweaty experience. Are you familiar with Kodo drums? Those are those big round drums, those big round drums, right? Very heavy bass. And you play. So we went to a practice session of guys, practicing the Kodo drum. Sweat's pouring off of them as they're going. Perfect. Because when they got done, they had the Gatorade. The Korean consumer got it. And we catapulted to number 1. That was, again, taking the game that people are playing, whether it be your competitor or even the brand from the mothership here in the United States, and change it to make it more relevant to the local marketplace. That was the key to success. So establishing that vision and value, alignment, and then playing the Kobayashi Maru, the game that you can win, were critical to my success. And if I can leave any legacy, it's helping people understand those 2 thought processes as they move forward launching a brand.
That is brilliant. You are such a wealth of knowledge and miles traveled to then regionally think innovatively for those specific target audiences. That is so cool. And I love those stories because they help tell how important the values are to the consumer, understanding why is this product for me and what does it give me? What's the benefits? Well said. For those interested in learning more about HydroShot, learning more about you, getting involved, where can they find information?
Well, HydroShot is at www.drinkhydroshot.com. So you can go to our website and you can learn all about the science to help explain what I was explaining earlier about the nitric oxide and the blood flow. And there are many other things that we talk about on the science piece right there. So feel free to go there. We have a Facebook page, Drink HydroShot, HydroShot, on Facebook and on Instagram. You can find information there as well. But the website's probably the best place to go, right, to get started. If you want to learn more about me or reach out to me, I'm on LinkedIn, just LinkedIn at Wayne Lutomski. Feel free to send me a message or anything of that nature. Be happy to share insights and talk with anybody just to help them move forward.
Well, Wayne Lutomski, it has been an absolute pleasure to learn from your wealth of experience and insights today. Your dedication to innovation and health and well-being, coupled with your deep commitment for faith and family, really sets a remarkable example for leaders everywhere. Thank you so much for powering the good in our community and around the globe.
Thank you, Andrew. It's been a gift. I've been blessed, no doubt about it. It's been fun.